Today's incident was the sixth officer-involved shooting of the month across three major police departments here in the Valley. The first happened on June 8th near Craig and Nellis. Metro Police say the suspect was trying to stab a woman when officers opened fire and he died at the scene. A week later, North Las Vegas police confronted a man accused of threatening people following a crash. They say he was pointing a gun at people, including officers, and refused to follow police orders. That suspect also died. On June 20th, Metro Police and Henderson police officers were involved in two separate shootings. Metro officers responded to calls of a man with a gun making threats at an apartment complex near 9th and Ogden. Police say he pointed the gun at police when confronted. Officers opened fire, killing him. The suspect in the Henderson shooting was shot following a standoff near Sunset and Boulder Highway. He was taken to the hospital. And yesterday, a burglary suspect was hospitalized after being shot by Metro Police near Lake Mead and Rancho. Officers opened fire when the suspect got into a fight with another person. Several of these incidents remain under investigation, and we will continue to bring you updates as we get them.